my good friend, Wale Veteran, the chairman of this very important platform and former Secretary General of the Commonwealth of Nations, the leaders here present. I will use Pa Adebanjo as the contact point. The guest speaker, my good friend, Mike Ezekome, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, very many eminent leaders here present, families and members of the family, rather, of our late leader, Professor Ben Waziri, that are here, distinguished ladies and gentlemen of the press. I will begin by thanking the organizers of this event in honor of this great Nigerian, a legendary legal luminary who really gave in his best, particularly in the evolution of not only legal profession, but particularly the Constitution of Nigeria and many other African countries, and to say that we have indeed lost a leader at a time when our country is really, really, really in need of that reservoir of wisdom that is had. But the beauty of it is that this man didn't go away with all of his thoughts. He put so many of them out there. He wrote so many books, so many seminars, and whatever possibly we are looking for, even in this conversation, has been provided for in one way or the other by Professor Ben Waziri. So it is right for us to pay our tribute to him and to thank God Almighty for providing him and giving Nigeria such a personality. May his soul rest in peace. Mr. Chairman, I am sure I was not invited to come here as someone who is just there in the Senate. My colleague also, Senator Benga Daniel, is right seated, so I'm not alone. At some point in time, I was beginning to feel whether all of this room is coming on my head, but whenever I look across and I see him, I say, okay, at least I am not alone. As said by the guest speaker, I've been in the National Assembly since 2003. I participated in several attempts to amend the Constitution. Of course, some succeeded, some failed. And deriving from the conversation here today, I must admit that I have been enriched, particularly on the way forward, the pathway, because what we are in now is a conundrum. If you say the Constitution lacks legitimacy, and it is beyond repairs, you cannot amend it, and the Constitution is saying, look, the only way you can amend me, the Constitution, is going through this pathway, then you are actually in a conundrum. But conversations, platforms such as this are providing some rays of light into how to navigate our way out of this conundrum. And I must admit that what my brother said here, and ably supported by Dr. Abayani, is making some sense to me, not only as a member of parliament, not only, as he said, former governor, but also as a member of legal profession and a life bencher for that matter, that we can promulgate or enact a law now. In any case, we did it when we had doctrine of necessity. When the situation of Eradua got to where it got to, the 7th National Assembly, the 6th, came up with the doctrine of necessity, and that was how the National Assembly bared the cat. So we can as well resort to yet another doctrine of necessity, if it is so prescribed or described, to come up with this legislation that will enable the commencement of the process of us having a constitution for we, the people of Nigeria. And let me support my brother, the governor of Lagos. We are there with Governor Benga Daniel. We will provide our offices to collaborate with the Patriots and all well-meaning Nigerians to move and promote that bill that will now establish the referendum commission for us to have and make a pathway. I think with this I can go and sit down and listen to the rest of presentations, and then at the end of the day we'll compare notes and see what we have to do. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.